Welcome to another episode of What's the Big Idea? And today, I'm so pleased to be in East Liverpool, Ohio, at our East Liverpool campus to talk to you about the great research being done by Dr. Lydia Rose of our East Liverpool faculty. But first, when you're in East Liverpool, Ohio, you have to go to the hot dog shop. So please join me while I go in and grab my hot dog and we'll talk with Dr. Lydia Rose.
Hi, welcome to Hot Dog Shop. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Nothing would make me happier than an all-beef hot dog with chili and onions and a medium fountain drink.
Yes, sir. Anything else we can
That's
get for
it,
you?
and I'm looking forward to it.
Alrighty, we'll make it special.
Thanks. Thank you so much. Wow, Dr. Rose, it's so great to have you joining What's the Big Idea and talking about your research.
Wow,
So
Mr.
exciting.
President here in the hot dog
And
shop.
it's in the hot dog shop. It doesn't get any better than that.
Doesn't get better.
Now
Welcome.
look, I know you're doing some great research, and I know it's about communities, and East Liverpool is such an important community. But I also know your research is participatory and it's multifaceted. So now, on the one hand, it might seem strange that we're going to talk about healthy communities while we're eating our hot dogs. And yet, that's part of negotiating health and living in a small town. So why don't you talk to us first about the research that you and Dr. Ding from the Kent campus are doing about healthy communities.
I started working with Kelly because we both were interested in exercise and getting people involved in improving their health and well-being. We hold a meeting with people and we talk with them and we ask them, so what are some of your ideas that you have about how we can improve health and well-being in your community? If it's around exercise, we know that simple things that can improve your health, like walking 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, can improve your health.
But in the end, if it's going to work, it needs to have some specificity with the surroundings, the culture, the history of the place.
Absolutely. It was a women's dorm for the women that used to work in the factories and the potteries in the area.
So single women would have lived in Mary Patterson.
The single women would live here, and then the single men would live in the YMCA. And so this was actually the center of recreation in the area. I was working with my students in developing a community garden, and we got a community garden going. I'm partnering with the Food Council here in East Liverpool. People would stop and say, is the soil safe to grow things in, right?
Because this is an industrial area, and you would
You
start
got
to
the
think about
old
that.
factories, you got the different kinds of industries that are still in the area. This is where my social science research lab is.
Right.
But we're actually going to go into the anatomy lab where I have a kind of a model of how someone would collect their sample. So I put up a just kind of little model so you can see how someone would collect their sample. Well, welcome to the lab.
This is great. So walk us through how you collect
So
it.
if this was your property, right, and this is your home, let's say your home is in the middle of your property, you would use your spoon, right? And what you would want to do is you would want to pick the places where you actually have the most contact with your soil. So if you have a lawn and you're not having contact with your soil, you don't need to dig up your lawn to collect your soil. Let's say in the front you have a nice flower garden here, and you go out there on a regular basis and you weed it and you trim it and you work with that dirt. But you would pick like a 2-inch square, pick up your soil, put it in your bag, and then get that from about 6 to 10 different spaces in your yard that you want to test. And so you would mark on your diagram, where did you get that soil from? So if you have a garden in the backyard that you work in, you would do the same. And so you can actually pick 10 different spots within your yard or your property to pick up that soil.
Well, Dr. Rose, I mean, this community science project research, to me, it epitomizes the impact that Kent State University makes in the communities that we serve. And really want to thank you for joining What's the Big Idea. It's been such a pleasure to talk to you about your research.
Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you.